Alright, so let's go over class setups for the Exterminator. So, there's really two ways you can run your Exterminator. One is going to be with Molotovs, and one's going to be with Claymores. I lean on Team Claymore way more, for the campaign at least. Now that Horde mode, the mechanics are going to be a bit different, and I'd be more prone to use Molotovs in Horde mode as well as Combat Engineer, but we're talking about the campaign, we're talking about Extreme, so let's just keep it in that light. So out of your first three perks, Pyromaniac, Hangover, and Crowd Control, you want to equip crowd Control obviously because we're going with mines, but Crowd Control is a really good perk because if you're surrounded, if you can swing front and back once, twice, maybe three times, it pushes the zombies back an extra 50% obviously, but that gives you enough room to run, and it goes very well in combination with our other perk called All Elbows. Now All Elbows basically just allows you to run through zombies. If you get hit, you don't slow down with your speed, so these two perks combined allow you to push zombies back and run and get into a better position. You can also use Crowd Control to push zombies back, pop a few rounds into them, swing, pop a few rounds or even reload, whatever you need to do. Our third perk we're going to use is Heavy Metal. That RPG comes with one rocket standard, unless you have a fixer in your class, in your team with 10% more damage. Now that can wipe out a whole entire stack of zombies. If you have two rockets, it can wipe out the whole entire first horde in New York one. It's pretty awesome, and we're going to kill that first horde today in under 30 seconds. Or at least under a minute, but I want to say 30 seconds. Next, you definitely want to equip Wheatgrass. You're going to find an AK. They're very common. You're not going to have a hard time finding an AK, and you should be able to get to a point, if you're playing on Extreme, you should be able to get to the point where you can get an AK. And if you're having a hard time getting to an AK and dying before then, you might need to work on playing with the team a bit more, or leveling up your guns a bit more, so that way your standard guns are enough. Next, we're going to equip Fire Trap, because where we put our Claymores, we're going to use them as a barrier. So essentially, we're going to put them in choke points, where zombies are going to run through and burn. Zombies take 4 seconds to burn. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can sprint for 30 seconds. That's how long it takes for you to sprint. I haven't counted the recovery time. The next three perks, I am a big advocate of Cloak and Dagger. Killing 15 zombies grants a masking effect for 3 seconds. May not seem like much time, but there is no cooldown on that. So if you time your reloads properly, for the crossbow bolts, usually about 3 shots, and do a full horde against a wall, you can reload in that time, get ready, and start shooting again. The other two, as much as I like getting more health, there is a cooldown of that 30 seconds, and sometimes that Cloak and Dagger can stop you from getting bold, it can stop you from getting lurkered, it will make the zombies stop chasing after you, so you can pull out your rocket launcher and take out a whole stack. Second one does come in handy. I've had it save me before, but Cloak and Dagger saved me more times than that. So, and again, these two have cooldowns where this one does not. So, our last three perks, this is up to how you play, and this is honestly a lot of what map you're on. For this map, we're going to do heavy weapon ammo capacity increased by 25%, because that will work with our heavy metal. We'll get 2 rockets with every rocket launcher that we find. So if you're in an area where there's 2 rocket launchers and you have one on your back, you have 6 rockets. That is a lot of zombies you can kill in a short period of time. The other one that's a very good perk is called Third Hand. Now Third Hand, what that does is you same thing as the Cloak and Dagger. Kill 15 zombies, your gun instantly reloads. Now that'll allow you, say you have a bullpup rifle and you're shooting at a stack of zombies. If you're shooting at them from the side, that will allow you to just instantly keep your gun reloaded. You are going to have to reload at some point, but it allows you to knock down some serious towers. Depending on the map, I'll either run Third Hand or Broad Shoulders. Just depends. And our next one's going to be Pickpocket. We're going to run Pickpocket because when we put the mines down in correct places, we're going to easily get 15 kills with the mines in combination with everything that we're shooting. It has a cooldown of a minute. It allows you to have 3 mines. This will allow you to have 4. But you shouldn't really need to pick up bags if you're with a team If you aren't soloing, you shouldn't need to pick up bags because you'll have pickpocket, maybe just one to start. 25% chance of not losing your equipment. As nice as that is, it's a 25% chance, so there's a chance that you might use your whole entire bag and only get one. You might get more than that. I definitely would not recommend Party at my place just because the other two are so much more superior. Lastly, we have these last three. And this just depends on your playstyle. I usually am the last man standing. Not to toot my own horn, but usually I am just the last man standing. But I already have the cloak and dagger effect. So this is a great perk, don't get me wrong. But I'd rather just kill more targets. Because then I'm going to mask more for 3 seconds. It takes 5 seconds for you to heal. So in that 3 seconds, you can immediately start healing. You have 2 seconds where they might hit you, but it usually takes them a moment to register that you're there. As long as you haven't moved from that position and just started healing immediately. And then that's again where crowd control and all elbows come in. You know, you can knock the targets out of your way and run for it. Now, if you're running Molotovs, that's just going to be up to what you prefer. But we're not going to cover that today because we're just going to cover campaign and the easiest way to get through the campaign. This is my favorite class. I think it has the most potential. You can be in just about any situation and get out of it and still do a ton of damage. And it's up there with the Hellraiser as far as like being able to kill the most, being able to get out of the most situations. Now the Exterminator, being able to dodge bulls really comes in handy. Where with the Hellraiser with C4, you can use the C4 to dodge bulls. I have a video on my channel where I show how you can dodge bulls, I think three or four different ways. But if you're having a hard time still getting that down, then the Hellraiser works very well for dodging bulls. So let's get started with the Exterminator solo on New York 1. Now I was working on the Slasher. I got through all the New York 1 through 4 and Jerusalem 1, but man, Jerusalem 2 is giving me trouble, so I'm switching off of it for just a little bit. So probably spent about 3 hours working on it, maybe a little bit more than that, and that first horde is just so difficult as the Slasher. You just don't have the firepower to deal with it, and it usually ends with you chainsawing the main gate until you die. Anyways, so this beginning part's just the same as every other one. We're going to be crouching, or at least just lightly jogging, taking out zombies, looking for equipment, looking for that first med kit, and looking for a bag. And if we're lucky, we'll find maybe a tier 2 weapon, although downstairs we'll definitely find tier 2 weapons, so.
God damn it!
You know, the city doesn't look too bad from this angle. I personally love this shotgun, the tier 1, out of all the tier 1 weapons, for just about every map except Moscow 2, because you kind of need a gun with range. You just gotta keep popping shells in. So I have the new 1911 pistol. It's a one-shot headshot for gas bags and basically everything but the spitter and the bull. Keep loading those shells. If you're not sure if a zombie's dead, just aim at it. You'll get a red reticule. I want to try to demonstrate the knockback effect, but the bots are really efficient.
Get to the elevator.
Sneaky Zeke is close.
Yeah, he's up ahead. Now, something I've noticed lately is the zombies can push him around the corner. So just be careful when you come around the corner. Because if the zombies hear you and they're in the right angle, they'll just kind of like he's on a little trolley, they'll push him right around the corner at you.
Call the elevator.
Eyes open. You gotta hide her.
Hey, we got the crossbow. Cool.
Good enough.
I'll probably switch this out. Well, I'm gonna bring it downstairs.
I hit the button.
So let's keep our bots alive. Let's go behind this desk.
Going down.
Try to get the bull to target me. Nope. Just gonna go straight for the elevator. Just so they don't take any damage, hopefully.
Always.
We're headed down. Out of food. Gotta go now. You coming? Over.
I got food and booze for a month. Jawheads will be here by then. I'm gonna wait it out, but I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, don't use a crossbow in this area.
Look down.
Holy Christ. You seeing this? Goddamn Thanksgiving Day parade.
Army's gonna run out of bullets. Look here.
Note that bag there. So we're going to take a little bit of time to clear this area out completely. Now we're going to drop mines. Make sure you have them positioned up at the right spot. So you don't want to have them too low. The zombies won't burn to death in time. And if you have them up too high, they might spawn past it. So we're going to drop it about right here. Right where I'm standing, not facing the other way. Won't work.
Claymore's live.
And just so none of our zombies accidentally blow up any of our mines,
Dropping a mine here.
we're going to make sure we're quiet. This is like the one lurker spawn down here minus the elevator. So just be careful when you come around that corner, coming from that side.
Over here.
It's really easy to get nailed by a lurker, and it's the worst.
Who wants some?
2 shots.
Gotta be something.
Come on now, creep. I know your ass is there.
Sure. We'll take an SMG. Okay, so let's go get that out of the bag. He might have teleported up here, so I wouldn't be surprised. Or somewhere around up here. So then we're going to put the rest of our mines on the other elevator, excuse me,
Claymore's live.
God, what's the word I'm looking for? Escalator. Again, not too high up, not too low up. There'll always be a second bag too. You'll never not find one, you just gotta look for it. I can already hear that that lurker is just teleporting everywhere, so... If you have extra mines, great. I'll show you some other places you can put them. But we just want to put them in the choke points. You're going to get another mine once you get 15 kills too, so... Another good spot to put a mine is right here, where they drop down. Alright, so we're going to blast these, I need decorations. Yeah. Make sure you're standing dead center, though. So if you're looking at the middle of this star, whatever the hell this thing is, try to stand as much as you can in the middle, because the zombies take 4 seconds to burn to death. And by the time they get to you at this point, they should burn up, along with the bot shooting at them. So, let's get started. I'm going to get oh, I've got my timer right here. Let's start at the 30. And we'll count it once the swarm starts charging. Give me just a sec. Hold on, Shadow. Sorry. Let them pile up. And then it's going to take about 2 shots.
They're climbing. Knock them down.
We're taking care of it.
We clean them out. The elevator shaft should be safe to get down. Reloading.
So we're looking at about more toward a minute. But pretty damn close. No, that's about 30 seconds.
That never gets easier.
Give me just 1 sec. I accidentally had a party open earlier. I just gotta... Don't want to have any background noise. I'm gonna do some public matches with people later, but I thought I'd put out a solo video first. There's that lurker.
Loading ammo.
And you'll see I have almost 300 kills from that, where the bots have not even close to a quarter of it. If you do your setup like that and can communicate with your team, you're gonna look like a badass. Because it works. Make sure you grab some other heavy weapon before you head down. I'm just gonna keep this SMG, even though I do like the crossbow.
We're good. Subway's across and left.
No one
Look
took
here.
any damage, so there's probably gonna be equipment or guns. Oh no, another medkit. Surprised me. I'm gonna go with the sporting carbine just because of the bullet penetration. The zombies kind of stack up in a nice tower in front of you, so every shot will take out more than one target. Now we can kind of scope out what we have ahead of time, because as soon as you head downstairs the timer starts. Usually you're not short on time on this one.
Over here.
But we have another bag,
We've got a defense kit here.
barbed wire. For this you want to just make
Look
sure you
here.
use as many heavies as you can, just don't be shy with them. We got a payload down there. If you don't like the heavies that are down there, just swap them for the ones that are upstairs. Like, these two are my least concern. These will actually be good fallback ones if I have to come up here, so... Take the high voltage grid, remember the auto turret. Oh, I'm gonna put some more mines down. We're gonna put one right here. The zombies tend to drop from this location here, especially special infected.
Guys, see the swarm coming straight for you.
Fuck. From where?
Right down the motorway.
Now, sometimes you'll get a second RPG here, which is actually really nice. Obviously, because you get another 2 shots. Now, if you want to run that upstairs strategy, the other way I showed in my slasher video, you can definitely do that. It's still probably even easier than doing it as the slasher. The only thing you're going to run into is the special infected. You're not going to be able to stun if you want to save your RPG, but I think you usually find another explosive or another RPG down here. So, as far as other mine locations go,
Creeper down.
we're going to mirror that side
Dropping a
right
mine
there.
here.
Now, I wish we had just a couple more mines, a couple more bags. If you're playing with people, you're going to have more bags around. If you're playing solo, there's just going to be probably one bag. We're going to put those here. It's just kind of an audio cue that the special infected are definitely coming behind us. And then I'm actually going to put this turret facing toward my back.
I got us an auto turret.
That way, if a bull comes up behind me, it's shooting at its back, not at its front. And then just get into position and immediately start shooting. Now, if you have the RPG, target that big white thing out there. It will blow up. You just gotta make sure you shoot a little before the zombies get to it. Now, if you have broad shoulders on, you're gonna get a refill of ammo right there and go invisible. I have another mine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put one down right here. And I got a minute till I get another one, so it's 22. I'll get another one soon. Let's shoot back so these guys don't die, hopefully.
Gas bag, moving in. Who wants more?
Let's start firing MGL rounds out anywhere we can. Got a bowl. I think it just made me pick up an empty payload. That's kind of lame. That looks like a glitch. People say payloads suck. Suck on those. Got another mine. I'm just going to keep it. That's going to wrap it up, basically.
Dan, can we make it across to the subway?
No, I could have blown that car up, but 618 kills, 5 specials, didn't take a single hit. So now you'll notice how I swung back and used my heavies on that special infected spawn behind me. I just don't want to deal with bulls charging me. So if I can stagger a bull with something like an MGL or a payload before he gets charging, they're way easier to take out than if they're already charging, and then you're trying to use your heavy on them. Because you're going to need to dodge at that point. Or get a bot in front of you, or a car, or an object if you can't dodge. Alright, so we got a heavy on the back. Did I grab ammo? Yes, I did. We're going to open this. This is obviously a respawn point.
I'm going.
No turning back
Now, if your bots are really low on health, you're going to get a lot of medkits, which can be a good and a bad thing. Like, if I can keep my bots above this health level where they're at, and I already have a medkit, I'm going to get tier 3 weapons downstairs. If they start taking some serious hits before I get to that crate, it's just going to be a medkit, which it's nice to get tier 3 weapons when you're in the subway.
I'm going for the subway.
I've been running into more little mini hordes outside in the streets here. Something a lot of people don't do, which I definitely make a habit of doing, is I count my melee strikes. You have 5 of them. I try to only do 4 before I stop meleeing. Because when you hit that 5 mark, you start running out of breath, you start becoming less effective, you stop hitting as many targets. And it's harder for you to break away.
Look here. I'll take what I can get.
Good combo. If you're working on your achievement to get all the guns upgraded, work on the compact shotgun and the PDW early. Those were my last 2, and I was so frustrated when I could not find them.
Go!
Same thing with tier 3 weapons. When you start seeing tier 3 weapons, snatch them up, start working on them early. You only find them at the end of the game. And you're going to level up your tier 1 guns a lot easier than you are your tier 3s.
Heads up, creeper. Reloading.
Oh yeah, if you go to reload and you want to cancel your reload, it's just like HOD. You can just swap weapons. Twice. That was a little too quick. Come on, gang, come back. Okay, so all of our bots are at full health. This guy.
Bull's finally down.
Let's go get a tier 3 weapon. I'm gonna take the advanced SMG over the carbine just because of the range. I don't have a silencer on this one, just because I don't put silencers on my tier 3 submachine guns.
Can you drive this
just because when you get to this point, you're loud the whole time anyways. Doesn't really matter. So
This rabbit hole is chock-a-block with goodies.
I'm gonna avoid that hallway because it's very difficult to get out of. If you're looking for places to put mines, right here is a good spot. You'll probably get 15 kills from it, combined with whatever else you're shooting.
Creeper down.
Now we're getting a horde, so we're just gonna fall back. On top of that, I think we're also getting a bomber. That was lucky. I knew kind of where he was at, so I figured I'd just try to payload the general area. I was all talking about short range, and then they throw this stupid screamer out there. Come on. Maybe my bots can get a good shot.
Shut up.
There we go.
Reloading. Claymore's live.
Slap another mine down. Let's go get some crates. So that door's locked. So we're gonna go to the pharmacy. Sometimes you'll find a bag right there. Usually you'll find a bag in the
Found a box. Bringing it back to the
newsroom.
train.
I can never think. Magazine stand room, whatever you want to call it. I don't go to. It's a new century. We don't really have those as often, unless you're in an airport or a tram station, which
Here.
all of us right now kind of aren't going to. So we're probably going to get hoarded again before we get to another crate. I'm going to attempt to get another crate, but as soon as I hear that horde, I'm going to pull back. Why am I going back over here? Yep, there's the horde. You'll notice I got a refill on my melee. That means 15 zombies have been in the area.
Watch for the clouds.
Now, the bots are probably going to get absolutely destroyed here, because this is just part of the problem with bots. Excuse me.
Bullet's gone.
Stay focused.
Damn. He went flying. I'm not going to heal those two until I know I have another medkit, just in case. But so far I haven't taken a single hit.
Found a box. Bringing it back to the train.
Check for lurkers every time you come around these corners. Just assume that they're there. Even if you can't hear them, just always assume that the lurkers are in their spawn points.
When are we gonna leave?
Like that.
Over here.
There's a spawn point right there around the corner. Just be careful. Now, same thing. I'm probably going to get a horde again. Make sure you got ammo. Now, if I do run out of ammo for this submachine gun, I'm just going to go swap it for the assault carbine. Let's do the same thing. Yep, they're spawning.
Reloading. Spotted a hazmat.
Pop the gas bag.
I'm standing up here because it apparently... Oh, hello. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Save your medkit for yourself. Angel, I should just let you die.
Hang on. Gonna be okay. You're good to go.
Note to self, do not stand on the vending machine, because it spawns bombers behind you, so...
Stay quiet.
Lurkers will spawn in here, so just be careful. There's also usually a bag spawn.
Look here.
Usually right
Got
there,
another
but...
one. Fuck, better drive.
Now, this is my Veil staircase now, this one over here. Don't open that door that's right above it. Oh, whoops.
Here.
Gracias.
No, I'm not going to go back in that room just yet. I don't want to get trapped in there. I'm going to grab these mines.
Dropping a mine here.
Creeper is close.
Claymore's live.
Alright, we got another horde to kill.
Look out for the ball!
Try not to melee on these stairs. Angel, get out of the way. Come on, man. Holy crap, what a lucky guy.
Bull's finally down.
Bye, Angel.
One of ours needs help.
Forward to Sean.
You're gonna be okay. Patched up.
This is my bailout window right here. If you get overwhelmed, run out this window, run through the train, and go to the other stairwell. That applies for every single class. You want to try to parkour through areas
Creeper.
to get away.
Creeper taken out.
I might get 1,000 kills on New York 1.
Fuck, better drive.
Save some sprint. You got 30 seconds of it, so
Here.
Much obliged.
you don't want to be out of sprint when they come. Alright, so next location. Let's switch sides again. We're going to go for this door down here. Now, if I hear the horde again, I'm just going to turn around and run behind me. I already heard them spawn. It makes all the difference if you immediately act on it. Don't wait.
We gotta shut him up.
Ooh.
Hazmat down. Bull's gonna charge.
Okay, I'm going to start backing up a bit.
Who wants more? Reloading. We've got a man down.
Hop over this. If you don't want to dodge. That is the safer route to do. Don't wait too long though, okay? Watch for lurker spawns on the right. And on the right up ahead. Alright, so I want to get him to charge me because I'm just going to stand right here. This is another way to dodge bulls. Oh, damn it, he hit the tree. My hope was he would hit that board and I'd just melee him. Oh yeah, remember my mine?
Bomber, take him out.
So everybody's going north.
Well, at least he's on fire now.
Smart. Until the big Thor.
Bull's gone. Heads up. Bull.
He hits him with the bulls. Since we came all this way back, we're going to get more ammo. And we also know that we have an assault shotgun still tucked away here.
Come to mama.
Now we're sitting even better.
Seconds.
That MGL is empty. I don't know, it's glitched. It's got 0 in it. I think it's because I had 0 in my hand and I picked up another heavy weapon. So it set down an empty one.
Gotta be quiet here.
More parkour. Somewhere you can go if the bull's charging you.
We got a creeper close by.
Those giants in the Bronx must be shitting in their drawers by now.
Reloading.
Just from experience, I knew he was going to be there. Saving my sprint. Just running little bursts. This is another hallway you don't want to get stuck in. You might have to make some executive choices when you come out of that door. Like, you might not be able to run straight
Better drive.
to the staircase you want. You might have to loop up through here and go around the long way to the other staircase. Just be ready for that.
When are we gonna leave?
Oh my god, Deshaun scared me.
Sneaky Zeke is close.
They can get you through doors, so be careful.
Found a box. Bringing it back to the train.
See ya.
There's enough for everybody.
So they're all spawning above me, I can already tell, so
Screamers calling in more.
we got a pretty clear dead run. I can tell the lurker's on me, but Arnetta's got my back.
Found a screamer.
Can anyone hear me? Help!
Where are we at for kills? 767?
Somebody! I need men!
Loading
I
ammo.
swear, Tashawn is the loudest one to die. Huh.
Anybody else?
Americans, man! Look, every scene! What now?
Oops.
Bigger guns!
Hey, I'm reloading.
How are we doing on crates?
Here.
One more.
You guys are the best.
All these crate locations I'm going to are generally pretty easy to access. That does lead to the safe room where you can kind of lock yourself in, but we're not really trying to use any glitches, even though it's not technically a glitch.
Look here.
Oh, whoops.
Get ready. Found a box.
Now I
Bringing
could
it
just
back to
run
the train.
straight to deliver the crate, but I am going to follow my normal strategy.
Heads up, creeper. Who wants some?
Just because you never know what you're going to run into down there, so...
Gas that gone. Watch for the cloud. Who wants more?
Plus I kind of really want to see if I can get
Dropping a mine here. Get some.
1,000, or near to it at least. One thing I like about this staircase more too is the fact that I can get the screamer.
Somebody help!
Anybody else? Wolf, I need help.
Hey, I'm reloading. Stay focused.
So, what happens, right, when the armored grunts turn armored Zeke?
Alright. Nice calm exit.
When are we gonna leave?
All aboard who's coming aboard!
Now for the shimmy.
Oh, we're making too much noise. They're gonna come.
We gotta go now.
Do you want to drive?
They're gonna break the doors!
She aims at me. And that's New York 1 as an exterminator on the first run. No cheats or tricks, just straight up gameplay, how you should play it. Not exactly sure how it says I took 356 damage. I did not even heal one time, but maybe it's just pain for my fellow bot that I shot and killed. Who knows? But anyways, that's New York 1 with a setup.